Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Michelle Courtois, and I've been a designer in the textile and surface pattern industry for over 20 years, creating brand-right artwork and color development for apparel, accessories, and home products companies. Today, we're going to take a look into textile development and production for home furnishings applications with Springs Creative. Here are some of the brands I've had the privilege to work with. And these are some samples of my work to give you an idea of my broad range of experience. This project focuses on design development and digital print capabilities at Springs Creative, which is located in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Also included in this presentation are other design tools used in the process, such as CAD and color. Springs Creative is dedicated to creating quality textile products that inspire artists, makers, and designers, committed to taking an individual approach to each customer and forging innovative solutions to their needs. Adapting to the technologies of today, Springs is pioneering sustainability and forward-thinking through its use of timeless design and modern printing capabilities, bringing home decorating fabrics, wallpaper, and apparel fabrics to life. Here are the topics we're going to cover today: design concept, Color Solutions International, the Baxter Mills Archive, Lectra Kaleido software, and digital printing. My concept for this project focuses on the beauty of solariums and greenhouses, bringing the outdoors indoors, with an emphasis on lush leaves, vibrant florals, textures of wicker, and the elegant simplicity of floral medallions, translated into home furnishing fabrics and wallpaper. Now that I have my concept fleshed out, it's time to find some design inspiration and artwork resources. Let's head to the Baxter Mills Archive at Springs Creative. The Baxter Mills Archive has a meticulously curated collection of close to 1 million designs of vintage, antique documents, artwork, and fabric swatches. It is also home to the Eileen Danshig Collection and the Studio Messina Vintage Textile Collection, spanning over 3 centuries and almost every continent. Their librarian, Kathy Phillips, will pull artwork selections based on your inspiration and also offer in-studio appointments. Here is a glimpse into the Baxter Mills Archive. Here is a look into a drawer filled with vintage toile designs. Here are some examples from the archive. These late 19th century florals showcase a broad range of layouts, styles, colors, execution, and motifs. Can't travel? It's okay. Baxter Mills has a wide selection of global fabrics from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East available at your fingertips. Shibori, mudcloth, ikats, Suzani, molas, kuba cloth, kilns, and embellished elephant blankets are some of the items you'll find here. These double-sided filing cabinets are home to thousands of vintage fabric swatches, all of which are meticulously organized by style, subject, and time period. Here's another sneak peek into the drawers I just mentioned. The Baxter Mills Archive is also home to numerous books of archival swatches featuring yarn dyes, colors, prints, and jacquards. Novelty swatches, garments, and needlework techniques are also on display and available for use in the archive. The image on the right is hand-embroidered Turkish garment from the early 19th century. There's inspiration around every corner of the archive. The image on the right features just a sprinkling of some of the swatches that were acquired most recently by the Studio Messina Vintage Textile collection. Here are the designs that I have selected. As you'll see, there's also a swatch of grass cloth. I'm going to use this as an overlay to create a trompe-l'oeil effect for the wallpaper that I plan on designing. You'll see that further in the presentation. Now it's time to work on color. For more than 20 years, Color Solutions International has been the leading provider of color standards and color communication tools for many of the largest global brands and retailers. They support designers and color managers from their first inspiration through color selection to the final product in the store with precise and consistent color management. They are eco-aware and stewards for sustainability in dye and chemical production. The color wall system consists of 5,000 standards for fabric, available on rings as seen here or in book form. The CSI Plastics Library has 197 colors, in addition to 16 fluorescent options. If you can't find the colors that you're looking for within the library, you have the ability to create your own customized colors. Provide CSI with your own color direction, swatches, inspiration, and they will put together custom colors for you, specified underneath your designated light source and your fabrication, whether it be cotton, poly, or nylon. CSI is part of Dye Star, which is a global supplier of dye stuff and dye stuff formulas to textile mills around the world. They provide recipes for your color to ensure consistency in execution, avoiding dye lot issues, improving your lead times on color approvals, and access to technical expertise. All of the colors at CSI originate from their on-site color laboratory in Charlotte, North Carolina. Once you select and approve your color, duplicates are made. These include your company name, color information, and color code. These can be recreated in swatch or chip form. Watch how this machine precisely cuts all of these color standards. Here are some of the colors that I selected for this project. Here is my final color palette. It consists of CSI color standards and Pantone TCX colors. Now it's time to design the artwork. We're going to use Kaleido software, which is produced by Lectra. I've used this software for over a decade and love it. I'm a huge proponent of its ease and accuracy. I also teach this program as a part-time adjunct professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. Founded in 1973, Lecter has been a pioneer in the development of hardware and software systems for the apparel, automotive, and furniture industries. The benefits of Kaleido software is its rapid and accurate technical drawings and specs, precise woven and knit designs, reduced carbon footprint with enhanced color management tools, streamlined file management, easy artwork communication. Using the Kaleido print module, I can quickly and easily put an artwork into repeat, changing the layout from straight to half drop to slide. I can add different elements, rotate them, change the scale. I can also change the size and dimensions of the canvas with just a few easy clicks. Once your artwork is created, you'll launch the Colorways module. Here I already have a color palette created with information associated to each color chip. I simply click and drag the color chip onto the position I would like to change. Built into the program are also other color palettes, from Pantone to the CSI color wall. When your artwork is complete and ready to send to your mill or printer, you create a callout. A callout is an information sheet that shows the height and width of your design, the outline of the repeat, the colors that are in your design, the season, the name of your artwork, your logo, any pertinent information that you need to produce your design. Now that the artwork is complete, I'm ready to export my files. I have the ability to turn a half drop repeat or slide into a straight repeat. I can also click and select multiple colorways and export them all at once as opposed to individually, saving time. This is how your working file can look. You can have your scan, your artwork, your separate motifs, your layout, and your callout information all in one file, including your colorways. Using the Kaleido Weave program, I can quickly and efficiently generate yarn-dyed layouts. I can also go and change the weave structure. There are thousands of designs to choose from. Here I'm enlarging the twill. And you can select specific stripes to change. Once I have my layout completed, it's time to generate colorways. In all Kaleido files, you can create colorways that are saved within the same file. You don't have to create and generate multiple files for each color. I can open my saved color palette and click and drag to switch colors around. I can also change the appearance of my yarn dye. Here I'm going from flat mode to yarn mode, and I'm changing my yarns to be more three-dimensional with a heathered effect. As you can see, as I zoom in, the appearance of the yarns changes. This can create a trompe-l'oeil effect for digital printing. When my designs are complete, I can easily export my selected colorways, batching them all at once instead of individually. Here's the artwork development before and after. On the right, you'll see the antique document of the leaves with a bird and shadow floral background. I merged all of the elements together and extracted the leaves, creating a drop shadow effect and a layout with very little ground showing through. On the left, we have the rhododendron garden. You can see how I kept the layout and the elements more or less the same. The scale is changed slightly, and I toned down the colors in the leaves. On the right is a jacquard, which I scanned and cleaned up and put into repeat. All of these files are indexed. On the left-hand side is the shadow lattice. Originally, this was a 2-color design. I added a third screen position to create a low light behind the wicker pattern and change the scale. On the right, we have the hothouse floral, which has lots of tones of color in it. I captured this by color grouping and changed the layout and scale. Here's the complete fabric collection developed using the Baxter Mills archive, CSI and Pantone colors, Kaleido print and weave programs. All of the patterns have been merchandised to mix and match with the hothouse floral and leaf fantasy patterns. These are the wallpaper patterns to coordinate with the fabric collection. A seagrass texture has been overlaid on the hothouse floral and leaf fantasy, adding a trompe-l'oeil effect to the artwork. The scale has also been enlarged on all 4 of these prints. This will create more visual variety and interest in a room using both fabric and wallpaper of the same designs. Now it's time to bring the designs to life through the digital printing process at Springs Creative. Springs Creative has over 22 fabrics to choose from, including several types of wallpaper and solar fabrics. Each fabric has detailed content, performance, and care instructions outlined. Customers also have the ability to print on their own supplied material, if applicable, and Spring Shield and other antimicrobial coatings are available for an additional fee. Here we are at the Springs Creative Digital Print Facility, spanning over 10,000 square feet and housing more than a dozen printers. Anything is possible. There are many benefits to digital printing. As you can see here, there are no screen limitations. You can print as wide as the material you're using. There is also limitless color potential. Dyes are mixed internally, avoiding the ecological impact of waste. Several printers have built-in spectrophotometers to keep color, consistency, and ensure accuracy. We're going to start printing our project on the dye sublimation printer using Crossroads, which is a polyester fabric. The first thing we're going to do is print our color palette and some color ranges to see how the color that I've chosen for my files reacts with the fabric and printing process. After the color palette and ranges come out of the printer, the technician cuts a piece of the fabric and lays the two together. They are pressed through a steamer at 400 degrees to bond the materials together. Here you can see the paper being pulled away from the fabric. Dye sublimation printing is a heat transfer process in which the paper is printed directly and then fused to the fabric. The dye sublimation process looks a little too bright for what I want to achieve. As you can see, I'm comparing what came out of the printer to my actual color standards. Polyester is ideal for capturing bright, vibrant colors, but the look that I want to achieve is going to be a little softer, so let's try a different material, like cotton. Printing on cotton and natural fibers is a direct printing process. Here you can see the technician printing a color range of the Springs Creative internal color chart. This printer has an internal steam mechanism which bonds the pigment to the fabric. Once the technician cuts this, he will bring it to another steamer for one more pass to ensure color, fastness, and stability. Printing on the Newport fabrication looks a lot better. The colors are closer to what I want to achieve. So now I'm going to go into my indexed artwork files and adjust the colors so that they will execute as closely as possible to my desired color standards. Here are some of my strike-offs. I think they look great. Correcting color digitally is fast and accurate. This took less than 24 hours. Working with vendors overseas can create a lag of 3 to 6 weeks, going back and forth to correct color and get your artwork looking great. In today's environment, time is paramount, and now I'm ready for a production run. Here is one of my printed designs. On the left is the fabric, and on the right is my artwork. You can see that I was able to match the ground to my CSI color standard. It's always important to provide any factory you work with actual color standards to follow. Let's print some wallpaper designs. Here's one of the large format latex printers used for wallpaper and roller shade production. This machine has the ability to print 2 rolls at the same time, generating hundreds of yards per day. Here is one of my designs coming out of the latex wallpaper printer. Once it's done printing, it will be trimmed and ready to use. The latex printing process ensures color fastness and a scratch-proof finish on this material. Here's the hothouse floral coming out of the latex wallpaper printer. Most wallpapers can be treated with an antimicrobial coating after the printing process, making them ideal for hospitality and medical environments. A big thank you to Springs Creative for inspiring and helping to realize this project. I hope you enjoyed today's presentation and learned a little bit about artwork development and digital printing. Here's the contact information for Color Solutions International, Lectra, the Baxter Mills Archive, and Springs Creative. I also provide design consulting, branding, CAD instruction, and more. Please visit my website at michellecourtois.com and have a great day.